Hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we have a more serious video on our hands because we're going to be talking about why a lot of people should really stop playing Blitz. And I think I'm not the only person with these feelings. Usually I have something positive to say about the game. However, as of recently and as of my last video, I have kind of changed my opinion on the game and the developers as a whole. Now, this isn't to say that Blitz is inherently just a bad game and it's complete garbage, but I think that it has been getting worse over the years. Now, I'm going to be explaining myself in this video and the reasons as to why I think so. Now, firstly, it's simply going to be containers, and gambling is a bad thing. However, it's different when it's marketed towards kids or people who are underage, at least below 16, because like a 13-year-old can't really understand it or kind of, let's say, stop himself from these things. Like gambling in general is just horrible, and the fact that Wargaming promote this kind of thing is bad. Like World of Tanks PC doesn't have any of this unless for the Christmas loot boxes, but other than that, they usually have tanks for gold, and you don't really end up spending hundreds or thousands of gold on something, and you might not even get it at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Especially when it's towards kids, that's just horrible. So that's the first thing I want to talk about and just get it out of the way. And obviously, secondly, it's just the game itself. Just look at the game. It is so old, and they haven't really changed anything. The graphics themselves haven't really changed. Sure, they're adding HD models, but is that really changing anything? They're just adding one new tech tree, tiers 8, 9, and 10, once a month. And is that really going to change anything? I don't think so. It's going to take a few years for them to actually fully transition onto HD models, and even after that you're going to pretty much have the stock maps, which are going to look completely garbage together with the HD models, and the game is going to look out of place. Of course, they said they're going to add HD maps as well, but how long is that going to take? I don't know. The game has existed for 7 years, and they haven't really changed anything drastically. Let's be honest. The aiming system is horrible. It hits boxes. You can't shoot properly. On top of that, the servers do lag. Yes, they've added more servers, but the loss is still there. Ghost shells are still there, and yet the company, i.e. Wargaming, continue to keep adding loot boxes and all these premium tanks every single week. They could instead bring out more tech tree tanks, make the game a bit different, resolve tier 7 and OP tanks such as the Annihilator, Smasher. They could do something about it, add a lot more features into the game. Instead, they always bring out new loot boxes, new cases, new premium tanks every single week, and it's just getting really, really tiring. Like, if you're a new player, imagine you're in a stock IS or a Tiger, you're like, yeah, I want to do something nice, play a game, and you meet a Smasher or an Annie in tier 7 and they just smack you. I don't know what you're supposed to do as a brand new player. You don't have credits, you don't have XP to get the top gun. It's just a horrible, horrible thing they did in tier 7 and 8. Tier 8 is actually pretty decent in comparison to tier 7. Like, the whole reason for the removal of a lot of tier 6, 5, 4 tanks from the tech tree before. For example, the Hetzer had the big nasty gun and stuff like that. They removed everything just to make the game more balanced, quote unquote. But what they're doing with tier 7 makes no sense. So what's the point of removing all the tech tree tanks but then having a Smasher or an Annie in every single game? You know what I mean? Like, these tanks perform better than tier 8 tanks, and that's just a fact, and they still have these. And overall, the game is just getting boring for a lot of people, and I see a lot of people do agree with me. I'm sticking around because I'm a YouTuber, and a lot of people have invested money into the game, so that's why they're here. But apart from that, if you're a free-to-play player, don't think about putting a lot of money into the game, maybe like a few bucks here and there, but don't get invested because it's going to drag you along. A lot of players simply stay in the game because they've already invested too much time and money in this game, and I don't want you guys to do the same mistake. Wargaming can hate me all they want for this, but this is my channel, it's my opinion, I can do whatever I want, and this is simply my opinion, After the last case opening, I just realized that Wargaming really have this fishy marketing scheme, and it's just not something that's appealing to me. All the other YouTubers can say how nice the game is, but at the end of the day, the game is crap. In comparison to other tank games, there are none in the market. Okay, it's good because it's the only game you have, and so the only product is going to be good. But compare this to, you know, the Chinese version of the game, etc., etc. This game is just out of the window. We only play it, we only respect it because we've already invested our time in it, we've invested our money in it. But if you haven't done that, you would probably say the game is garbage, let's be honest. And I wouldn't advise anyone to kind of invest their time and money into this, because I think this is going to be a dead product at the end of the day if they don't change the way they're handling things at the moment. Again, this is just my opinion. You guys don't have to agree with me. I'm just putting my opinion out there. And yeah, so tell me in the comment section, do you guys agree? Maybe you guys disagree. I want to hear your opinion on this. And with that, happy is out. Some more guides will definitely come. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.